Ladies and gentlemen, hello! Welcome back. Mindustry. That's right. So, we just got done with the craters. We have, technically, I think, unlocked the next area, the biomass synthesis facility. Do we want to jump into this? I mean, we got a couple of tech tree bits and bobs to research still. We can actually unlock the kiln straight away. And also the pulverizer, which I'll do, and I guess also the incinerator, and I guess also the melter. I guess we'll experiment with all of these things once we jump into the level. We still have to unlock the core foundation and also the command center, not to mention the crawler and the flare. Is that it, though? The hail? Okay, we can do the hail as well. Fires small amounts of shells at the ground, ground enemies over long distance. Okay. Alright, fine. Let's jump into the biomass synthesis facility. Notable, of course, because this is the first time that we will be attempting a threat level medium level, which is very, very, very worrying. Okay, what do we got here? We got copper, we got lead, we got sand, we got coal, we got scrap, and we have water. Ooh, okay. This is interesting. So these are some old cultivators over here, which I think make spores and will eventually make oil for us, which is kind of nice. Not going to be able to explore that altogether too much at the moment because I don't have that tech available. But you know, no doubt we will in time. We will in time. Righty. Okay, so let's just get the basics in place. Let's see if we can try and get as much copper as we possibly can. Boom, and yeah, that's probably fine, actually. Right, cool. So, just a nice little basic bit of infrastructure, copper-wise, to keep us going, at least in the short term. Right around there, right around there. Is that everything? Not quite. That is everything. Okay, so that should be plenty of copper. We're definitely going to need a little bit of lead as well, so let's get a little bit of lead. I don't want to leave my defense set up until the last possible moment. On the contrary, I would actually kind of like to be more organized than I was last time. That would be ideal. That would be absolutely ideal. There we go. There we go. There we go. Excellent. And sure, we'll actually bring this down here and into the side over here so that we can better utilize some of the space that we have available. And let's pick that up. There we go. All right, much better. Much better. Very, very happy with that. Okay, we've got our first enemy wave attacking in just over a minute, 2 minutes even. What do we got? Additive reconstructor and an air factory. Okay, well that's exciting. That's very, very exciting indeed. Never seen that before. An additive reconstructor. This area is free. So it looks like the enemy are going to be coming at us from this corner over here. Indeed, that is the case. Okay. What do we have up here? Got a little bit of leads. Got a little bit of copper. Not much coal. Not much coal around at all. I mean, I think in the first instance, let's try and get a little setup like so. Right? You know, just in case, right? Just in case I forget to work on the defenses, let's get a decent amount of turrets down here, and let's grab a wall. You know, a very, very basic setup. Very, very basic setup. Nothing major. You know, we're not really going to worry about controlling where the enemy decide to go. We can worry about that later, of course. That's not a problem for now. This area is just immense. A cultivator, a whole bunch of advanced belts, a whole bunch of, I don't know, walls that are completely immovable. The air factory, which says it's got the mono inside. Interesting. And then the additive reconstructor as well. Okay, power would be a good start, I think. Power would be a good start. Graphite is also, like, absolutely essential, given that we need it for the pneumatic drills. So why don't I actually prioritize graphite instead of power on this occasion? Because graphite will immediately allow us to get a whole host of upgrades to our drilling infrastructure, which is going to be pretty darned important, if you ask me. Very, very simple setup here. We just need one input. And that's it, really. That is That is it. There we go. Cool. Alright. That's looking excellent. That's looking really, really good. So we're a little bit short on the old copper. We're a little bit short on the old copper, but apart from that, we're managing. The first wave has just landed. Not particularly worried about it at the moment. There we go. And right in here. Excellent. Okay. So, once we start getting the graphite through, we're immediately going to see if we can upgrade those coal mines to be pneumatic drills. Okay, a couple of bits of wall were destroyed. Nothing major. It's not a big deal. It's not necessarily the end of the world. We can just about cope. It's 6 bits of copper per wall. So I think we'll just have enough. If my maths are correct, we will just have enough. Excellent. We just had enough. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so maybe getting power is the next stage. Maybe getting power is the next stage after we bump the production of all of these mines up a little bit. Excellent, so that we should be getting a little bit more. It's probably worth us maybe throwing a few more resources into our graphite production process. Yeah, I think that's what I'd like to do. We're gonna need to get a couple of bridge conveyors out here, given the just the strange weirdness of this setup. Bear in mind that this is technically a planned level. So, you know, we're a distributor. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Right. Follow that up with a couple of additional drills over here too. Wonderful. Wonderful. And yeah, all right. Excellent. Okay, so that's as much coal as we can really spare. As much coal as we can really spare. It looks like our basic duo setup is able to successfully repel the enemy for the moment. Of course, whether that remains will have to be seen. But this is looking good. That's a large door there. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if they want me to use this base over here. I wonder. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Can I upgrade these coal mines perhaps to make them a little bit better? There we go. I suspect we'll have enough graphite for them. Wonderful, 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 wonderful stuff. Right. Right. Tech tree. Let's have a little look at the tech tree. Anything that we can unlock now. Perhaps we've gained a little bit of additional silicon from previous levels. Not the command center yet. The core foundation. Yep, we can absolutely do that. The core foundation will allow us to store more resources. Will it upgrade the base right here? I don't think it will. I think it'll only take effect next level. That's not necessarily a problem. We'll deal with that. Right, this hail can fire graphite. This is gonna be like a sniper turret thing. Which I'm very, very excited about. Let's see if we can actually build a heck of a lot of hails, eh? I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. Problem is that we're gonna need yet more graphite in order to get this setup working accordingly. I am really concerned that perhaps we're not going to have anywhere near enough coal. Why is it? Why is it that we just are not able to seemingly get any large number of coal sources? I don't know. I have no idea. But it's concerning. And I don't like it. Pulverizer. What does the pulverizer do? Turns scrap into sand. Alright, so I mean, basically meaningless. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reconfigure this real quick to have 3... That was a terrible idea, potato. Right. Wasn't really originally going to do that, but fine. There we go. We now have 3 routes. 3 routes. We've got our graphites. bring the graphite in here. Throw that down there. And that goes in there like so. Okay. So that's graphite. That's graphite production, at least. I hope that this doesn't get disrupted. This belt doesn't get disrupted. We might have to worry about that at some point in the future. Let's get a whole bunch of drills over here. And let's bring a belt full of lead. A belt full of lead out to this area, where I am going to try and have just an obscene amount of scatters. There we go. So that's the plan as it stands. Delete that. Junction right in there. Excellent. And all we really need is more resources. All we really need is more resources and we should be fine. Yeah, these hails, bringing these hails up online would be pretty brilliant. Because if we're able to target the enemies slightly further away, then that'll mean that they don't explode on my wall. Which would be very, very nice indeed. Also, additionally, getting a couple of menders in here would go a long way to fixing some of our problems. There we go, mender there. And we will obviously need to make sure that we get the corresponding power infrastructure set up very, very quickly indeed. Where, of course, we're going to power our infrastructure from, I don't know. I guess we'll have to use yet another freaking coal deposit. Another freaking coal deposit. What is this? A steam generator. Ooh, that's very, very exciting. However, by burning flammable materials. Ooh, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, alright. That's good. That's good. That's good. Generates power by burning and converting water to steam. I don't know if this is actually going to be usable for us though. Like, I don't know if we need piping infrastructure before we're able to use it. Yeah. Okay. It's a bit tight. It's a bit tight, but I'm sure it'll be fine. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so that's coverage for absolutely everything. We'll throw down a couple of batteries, again, just to be on the safe side. Probably don't need that much infrastructure, but we should be fine. All right, let's take the next level. Let's take the next level. Let's have a little shot. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is a big boy. This is a big boy right here. A big boy right here, and looks like we were able to successfully repel the attack. Pretty happy that that was, I mean, actually kind of easy. That's good. It's good, but, I mean, we're already being faced with quite significant challenges here, so we got to step up our defense game. We have hails. Probably should get some lancers. And we should probably try and double down on some electricity stuff. So, you know what? Let's look at getting silicon. Let's look at getting silicon if it's all possible. Also, we are not using anywhere near the appropriate amount of coal that we should be using. So, let's get an overflow gate. Overflow gate over here. Bridge conveyor. Over to here. Out here. In there. And in there. Okay, so overflow conveyors are now going to supply coal resources directly to the latter two graphite presses, which should alleviate at least some of the wastage. That's the plan anyway. Whether it works, I guess we'll have to wait and see. There's a lot of resource on this line here. There's a lot of resource on the line, and that is pretty marvelous. Pretty marvelous, to be honest. I was kind of anticipating that coal would be in a lot shorter supply than it actually is, but that hasn't been the case. Right, coal and sand. Do we have sand on this level? I think we had sand on this level. Yeah, we do have sand on this level. Coal, we got a little coal deposit over here. Let's do it. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, I hope that that's not me losing my defenses. Excellent. And just like that, we create the old classic combo. Feed this into the bottom. And then we will feed this into the top here. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Excellent. So does that... Okay, no, I fed it into the wrong place. I fed it into the wrong place. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Ignore me. There we go. I'm getting too clever for my own good. I'm trying to be too clever for my own good. Can I pick these things up? I know that there is a key. There is definitely a key that allows me to pick resources up from the belt, but I don't know what it is. Right, silicon. Silicon. We'll just bring it down and integrate it with this lead belt over here. There's no real reason to worry about it, I don't think. We'll get the power infrastructure connected. I suspect that we might just have enough power to make this work. We don't really need a terribly large amount of silicon. We don't really need a terribly large amount of power to power it either. Our supply of power is continuing to increase even with the silicon smelters being brought up online, so that's wonderful. Good stuff. Right, enemies are coming in. Let's take this opportunity perhaps to get a couple of additional hails. Excellent. Yeah, okay, so those big walker things are gonna need extra attention. 100%. They're gonna need extra attention. Right, so let's continue to force the enemy around here. We're not gonna be able to force the walkers because the walkers clearly just do not respect walls. But everything else should hopefully route around here. And then that will allow us to get a good number of these lancers, which we should also have a couple up there. A couple of lancers, a couple of arcs, which are for short-range stuff. We'll stick that down nearby. And what do you know? I think that should be enough. Let's call in the next wave. I'm optimistic. I'm very, very optimistic that this will be absolutely adequate. Alright, looking good. Let's call in wave number 10. Guardian approaching in 10 waves. Okay, we got another Guardian coming up. Hold up. Why did these scatters not decide to operate? That's very strange. They didn't even start shooting. Was it because I guess the Lancers can shoot aerial units, which is very, very nice, but at the same time also kind of what's the point of building scatters if the Lancers just do all the heavy lifting? Don't get me wrong. I've got no particular issue. No particular issue with that at all. I just question whether it works. All right. Let's throw down some more sand mining. Good stuff. And then throw more resources into the mining of sand. Cool. I'm gonna throw down even more. That goes in there. Wonderful, and that should be just fine. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That's looking much better. We're using a much larger proportion of our coal, which means that we're making more silicon, which means that more stuff is getting to the base, which means everything is looking good. This area is still... Yeah, okay, this area is still just a disaster. Area is a complete disaster. Here we go. Let's bring some more graphite refineries back on board. Junction. There we go. Okay, so we're still splitting the flow here. We're still splitting the flow between the front half and the back half of the graphite machines. Excellent. Very, very happy with that. And let's finish building these Lancers here. Let's call in the next wave. I'm confident. I don't want to become overconfident. I've talked about the horrors of being overconfident before. But this is feeling good. This is feeling very, very good. We've got this backup line over here. Looks like we're just about maxed out all of these hails on graphite, the ammo that they require. That's fine. Okay. Let's pick these up, and we'll get them replaced with much better, much larger copper walls. There we go. That looks a lot better to me. We'll fill in the gaps with arcs, shall we? Yeah, that seems cool. Alrighty. Should we get ready to call the next wave in? I think we should. How are we doing power-wise? Power-wise, we're fine. We've got plenty of battery connections. Yep, that's all looking exceptional. Let's call in the next wave, eh? Alright, wonderful. Again, I think our power situation is the only thing that really perturbs me. I think it's the only thing that really worries me at this point. And these walkers, to an extent. The fact that they are just supremely confident and just want to walk right on over my face is a problem. Let's build a slight advanced position of hails over here, I think. Right. So we'll do that. We'll do that, and we'll push things forward a little bit. Push things forward a little bit so that our hails have got, I guess, a slightly longer range when targeting the enemies. Not necessarily a longer range, but a more forward range. Yeah, I think that's just about fine. Let's throw down one of these steam generators as well. I'm curious to see if this will be buildable. Liquid. I don't think that we have any liquid. I'm pretty sure that we don't have any liquid. Let's put a splitter in there. Yeah, so we need water. We need water, which means that we almost certainly need a pumping infrastructure before we're ready to go here. Can we unlock anything else in the tech tree? Anything else in the tech tree? Not really. We can get some different type of units. Might want to do that. Research mechanical pump. A lot of things are looking for mechanical pumps. How do I get mechanical pumps? Produce a spore pod. Produce oil. Produce slag. Produce metaglass. That's a good point, actually. What did I unlock? I unlocked the kiln. Yes, sand and lead into metaglass. Okay, let's produce metaglass then, shall we? Sand and lead. Sand and lead should not be a problem even slightly to get a hold of. Unless that's our only sand deposit. That maybe is our only sand deposit. We do have the incinerator. Or the whatever the heck it's called. The thing that allows us to deconstruct... The thing that allows us to deconstruct scrap into lead. Throw down an overflow gate over here. Bring this back. It doesn't need to look pretty. It just needs to be functional. Words to live by. Especially with a face like mine. Right. Throw that down over there. Excellent. And then let's have a little look. So the kiln. What else could we look at getting? A pulverizer and a melter. What does a melter do? A melter just gives us slag. A melter gives us slag. Okay. We'll give that a shot as well. Sure. I'm curious to see what the heck happens here. I don't think that... I think slag's a liquid, though, isn't it? I think it is. It looks like a liquid on the game info screen. But it'll allow us to unlock the slag, which is important. So we produced slag. Maybe that's going to allow us a few more access to a few more bits and bobs. That's the sort. That's not a sorter. I wanted an overflow gate. Maybe it'll allow us access to a few more bits and bobs in the tech tree. Metaglass is actually quite important. You know what? Let's redo this area in its entirety, and let's get a setup not unlike this one over here. There we go. Excellent. So, that's much better. We'll take that kiln up, and we will replace the kilns, much like so. What do these kilns actually require? A whole bunch of copper, 60 copper, and 30 lead, and a whole bunch of graphite as well. Alright, well, this is the first time that we've actually produced metaglass, so this is a bit of a milestone, to be honest. This is a bit of a milestone. 2 brand new resources within, what, like 2 minutes? That ain't too shabby. That ain't too shabby even slightly. That's looking very, very good. Sand is, of course, the issue. Let's get a overflow gate in here. We want to make sure that we are using up all of the available sand. To be honest, I should just use a bridge conveyor. Okay, reroute this a little bit. It looks a little jank, but, you know, you kind of get the gist, right? You kind of get the gist. 4 waves away from a Guardian. At least if we can have metaglass production, that'll stand us in good stead, I think. Okay, what have we unlocked? A mechanical pump. Excellent. Got it. So that's going to allow us to use a steam generator on the next level. That's pretty big. Thermal generator generates power when placed in hot locations. Very, very important, that, actually. Logic display, almost meaningless. A wave fires streams of liquid at the enemies. Okay, I like it. Is that it? I think that might be it. I think that legitimately might be it. Okay, the most useful route that we can probably take is the mechanical pump routes. I would imagine that's probably the most important bit of research that we can get right now. The good news is, though, is that we're getting an absolutely ridiculous amount of metaglass coming through here, so that's lovely. Junction this, and bring this along, and bring that along. What's the issue here? Ah, yes, we don't have power. We don't have power over here. There we go. Wonderful. They're not connected, but they can connect through the kiln, apparently. We can draw power from this kiln into the power node, back to the kiln. Excellent. Okay, so metaglass, pretty easy to build in comparison to everything else. Very, very, very happy with that. Loads of graphite over in these hails over here. I think we're in a great place. I think we're in a great place. The one thing that does bring up some questions. Can I get the mechanical pump before the end of this level? If I could get some slag, that would be wonderful. Although I don't know if we can actually store slag in the core. Pretty sure you can only store solids in the core. So that's a little bit of a question mark there. Either way, we'll still try and shoot for whatever it is, 150 additional metaglass, which we'll probably get. These enemies are becoming a lot stronger, a lot bigger, a lot more numerous. Okay, but still, we've got this. Alright, Guardian is approaching in 1 wave. Let's check out the research real quick. There we go. Mechanical pump, 21 more metaglass. We're very close. Okay. The scatters don't really want to work. They're just not that bothered at all. Conduit, we need more metaglass with the conduit, but now we can get steam generation. Steam generation, very, very important. Very, very important indeed. All right, let's bring the Guardian in. I'm pretty confident. It's a big wall walker. It's a big wall walker. That is somewhat scary. It's just that simple. All right, easy peasy. Sector captured. Walker destroyed. Feels very, very good. Very, very good indeed. That's a cultivator that we've unlocked, actually. So that was presumably unlocked by the completing of this level. Thermal generator, we can actually get that now? No, we need way more metaglass. The cultivator, let's pick up the cultivator because that's going to allow us to get oil. Let's pick up the conduit as well. Liquid junction, I mean, this is just the water control methods, isn't it? Spore pod. So, we need to actually build a spore pod in order to make this next technological discovery. Cultivator. What does the cultivator use? Cultivator inputs water and outputs spore pod. Well, you know what? Let's actually do that. Let's do that on this level here. Let's do that on this level. The reason being, I mean, we're here, aren't we? So, we pump out water, doesn't take up any electricity, but the spore pod will take up electricity. There we go. And we've made a spore pod. Wonderful. What does that mean for us? That means that we've unlocked a spore press. Very, very important that we get that. Boom, let's do it. And so that gives us oil, right? So I guess I can immediately follow that up with oil? Do I need to conduit it to the spore press, or am I able to just... There we go. Make oil just like that. Well, that's wonderful. Okay, what else can we do on this level? Is there anything that we really care about? Additive reconstructor. Upgrades inputted units to the second tier. Oh, very, very interesting. Didn't realize that was a thing. Let's pick up the liquid junction. Liquid router we still can't pick up, but metaglass is super easy for us to make, to be honest. Metaglass is very, very easy. We're going to need to start assembling it in very, very large quantities, but we can worry about that later. I'll get the additive reconstructor now. I've got plenty of silicon. It seems like my previous bases are doing a marvelous job of producing silicon, in contrary to my more recent bases. So we're actually able to unlock quite a lot of the tech tree there. That's pretty good. That's pretty darn good. Okay, let's head back to the planet map. Let's see what the heck we've got next. Okay, Stained Mountains, Ruinous Shores. Stained Mountains or Ruinous Shores? Ruinous Shores looks to be Fungal Palace. Fungal Palace, Stained Mountains. Okay, so we gotta go down. We gotta go down either of this route here. We'll do Stained Mountains. We'll do Stained Mountains as soon as we possibly can. What is that? Another 600 bits of copper? Man, copper it's just one of these things that just always escapes importance, at least in my mind. I'm always very easily able to forget exactly how useful and essential copper actually is. There we go. And kind of marveling at how that was able to path in that direction, but fine, I guess. Doesn't particularly matter. No. Keep going, keep going. Silicon. Is there anything that we can do to boost silicon production? Not really. Anything that we can do to boost kiln production? Not really. Our power reserves are resolutely high, though, so that's quite good. We've manufactured slag. We've got the opportunity to move slag around now, because we've got a whole bunch of metaglass. And in fact, speaking of metaglass, boom, let's get the liquid router. And then the bridge conduit as well. We'll start moving towards the bridge conduit infrastructure as soon as we possibly can. Come on, copper. Come on, copper. Let's get it done. Let's get across the line. I'll spend a little bit of graphite. I'll spend a little bit of additional copper to make sure we get there that little bit quicker. That little bit quicker. The good news is, though, is that we're fine for pretty much every single resource other than copper. In fact, I think copper is almost certainly the issue that we've got the biggest issue with. The resource that we've got the biggest issue with. That makes sense. Right, throw that in there. And, right, a nice bespoke copper belt, so that we can absolutely accelerate our copper production process. I do wish that I could perhaps pump a little bit more lead into this metaglass process so that I had more resources to throw into the tech tree in the future. You know what? Whilst we're waiting for the copper to assemble, much like the Avengers, when the fate of the world hangs in the balance, we shall build a little bit of a lead mine. The Avengers also definitely did that. No. Yeah, that's not necessary. That is necessary. Okay, so that's going to give us a little bit more lead. Pretty happy about that. Let's head off to... Where did I say we were going? Stained Mountains? Stained Mountains it is. Let's freaking do it. We could launch with a couple of resources, by the way. We could launch with a couple of resources. We could launch with, I don't know, 400 silicon, 400 graphites. We'll launch with 200 silicon instead. Launch with a little bit of extra copper. Launch with a little bit of extra lead. What do we need? 200 copper in order to... Or 200 silicon in order to make this work. Let's take the metaglass with us as well. Let's take the metaglass with us. There's no reason not to, right? It's going to allow us to build a pump and a pump setup very, very quickly. Resources, 200 metaglass. Excellent. We've got all of those resources. Let's freaking go. Stained Mountains. Here we come. All right. So, have we got access to titanium? We absolutely do. That is wonderful. This is a big step forward for us, actually. This is a big step forward. All right. Okay, so again, you know, copper routing, very, very important. Let's do that. There we go. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Alrighty, that's a lot of copper. That's a lot of copper that we're gonna have coming through there. So, where do the enemies come from? This is a big map. This is a big map. This one sticks in my mind. I feel like I've played this one before. Is it just this spawn point? Is it just a singular spawn point? If it's just a singular spawn point, then I can happily deal with that. But I don't want to be caught off guard. A vault. Interesting. A vault. So I believe a vault works just like an additional storage canister, which should make storing things very, very much easier. Okay, so I think I don't know, like I don't know which way the enemy are gonna go. I think we're gonna have to be real careful about this, actually. Right. So we'll set up some defenses. We'll set up some defenses, some regular defenses for the moment. We'll try and path the enemy around this way up at the top here. But again, I've got to be somewhat skeptical about the chances of that happening. So I'm gonna make sure that I build a backup line here. There we go. Okay, already we're out of copper, but that's not necessarily a problem, because I'm sure by the time that the enemy actually arrive, we will have more than enough copper. I hope, anyway. There we go. Okay, so 3 mines over here. Up to there. A whole bunch of routers. Boom. In there. What do you know? Alright, happy days. Happy days. Need some more copper walls. Need a very much better setup. But we are pumping copper just about as fast as we possibly can, so I can't really expect the video game to do too much more. Right. Also, half of this infrastructure is within the confines of the enemy area, so it's going to get immediately destroyed. Don't know why I ever thought that would be a wise thing to do. Right, let's give that a shot instead. Even this might be a little bit too close for comfort. Righty. Okay, so we're going to see if we can try and force the enemy to path up this way. If that does happen, then that's going to make my life just a heck of a lot easier. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. We gotta wait and see. You gotta wait and see. You gotta wait and see what's going to happen. Alright. So, I actually kind of want to, you know what? Let's call the first unit in. Call the first unit in. Right, you're going to path immediately along the top here. That's excellent news. That's excellent news. You should very much be within range of these duos. Wow, that's a super tanky enemy? That's a super duper tanky enemy? Also, can I get titanium now? It's totally possible for me to get titanium. That's excellent. That's a new resource. That's a new resource. Yes, please. Let's start acquiring titanium then. That's the graphite that I was bringing with me, paying dividends right there. That's really, really good. The graphite means that we can immediately get better drills, which is kind of wonderful, actually. Kind of wonderful. Let's throw down a couple of graphite presses. We're going to need, I don't know, 4? 4 seems reasonable, right? 4 seems pretty reasonable. I mean, this is altogether too close. This is altogether too close to... It's altogether too close to the base. I don't know why I thought this would be a sensible thing to do. But apparently I'm doubling down now. Excellent. Okay, cool. And over here. There we go. Fine. And then a router in there, router in there, router in there. And a router in there. Wow, this is dreadful. This is dreadful. Even by my standards, this is very poor. This is atrocious. Alright, well, you know what? At least it's a little bit of graphite production. We don't necessarily need loads of it, but it's enough. Okay. Next, the hunt for Red October. And by the hunt for Red October, I mean the hunt for coal. That's what we're really after. An advanced power station, or a power station in an advanced position, if we can't get an advanced power station, is what we're going to try and do here. Okay, so a whole bunch of coal production. That's good. Excellent. Then bring the coal up here. Bring the coal up here, and let's see if we can try and get ourselves a steam generator. Steam generator right over there. Steam generator needs an input of water, which is going to be supplied by a mechanical pump. There we go. Mechanical pump, just like that. And I hope that this should suffice for... Of course, that won't work. Fine. This should suffice for a power network. We're going to throw down a couple of batteries. Do I even have lead? I don't even have lead production yet. Okay, well, that's highly embarrassing and something that I should absolutely rectify immediately. Okay, it doesn't need to be a lot because I don't really think that we need that much lead, to be honest. We need enough lead, but we don't need a tremendous amount. There we go. There we go. Wonderful. Okay, so that's lead sorted. We've got titanium coming in. Not very much of the stuff, but it's enough. It's enough. It's enough. Okay, so the batteries presumably are full. Yeah, the batteries are very, very full because we've got loads of them. Let's build a couple of Lancers at the moment. I think we're only going to be able to build like 3 with the supplies of silicon that we have remaining. But that's still going to be plenty for now. Should keep us real good. Let's get a couple of arcs down here. If it turns out that the enemy is looking to operate in this area, then we will be able to retaliate fully with electric weapons, which is very, very exciting because I like electric weapons. They're just cool. They're just cool. They're just cool. They're just cool. No doubt we will find some late game electric weapons which are also cool, but for now, in the short term. Wow. Okay. Lots and lots of damage. Lots and lots and lots of damage. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the mender, which we're going to stick down over there, and over there. And we'll stick down one of those and one of those to assist. It is unironically lead, the thing that I said that we didn't need much of, that is causing almost all of the problems at the moment. Is there any other source of lead nearby that I can perhaps tap into? There is indeed. Pneumatic drill. You know what? Pneumatic drill's actually quite easy to come by. Actually quite easy to come by. We have a good amount of graphite production now, so... So yeah, that's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. There we go. And... right up there. Right, replace that. Throw that down instead. We don't need any additional copper. Not at the moment. Not at the moment anyway. I think this setup of copper should mine us enough copper. I take it right back. Let's stick a pneumatic drill on that copper source there. Cool. Very cool indeed. So, loads of titanium. Well, relatively loads of titanium. Loads and loads of lead. Let's see if we can actually throw down an overflow gate right over here. So any lead that doesn't fit onto the belt should hopefully get sent off in another direction. Let's also stick down an overflow gate over here. There we go. All right. So that's going to allow many, many more resources to flow through, hopefully, onto this belt over here. There we go. Excellent. It's a bit of a complex setup for not very much gain, to be honest. But you know, when's that not something that I enjoy doing, eh? When's that not something that I enjoy doing? Okay, we got more lead. We got more lead. Let's do it. Also, looks like my mender was destroyed over here. Kinda to be expected. I don't think we'd finished it actually. Don't think we'd finished it. Right. Let's also throw down some more routers. Excellent. Okay, so now we have full mending capability on the northern front. Whether we have that on the southern front as well will remain to be seen. Probably should do it. It's just literally going to take a few additional menders here and there. We should have plenty of lead coming in now, so that's okay. 55 seconds until the next wave. Cool. Very, very cool indeed. Things are looking up. Things are looking up. Things are looking fine. How much battery capacity do we have? Not anywhere near enough. Not anywhere near enough. In fact, a scarily large lack of batteries. Yeah, okay. The accuracy of these Lancers does leave a little to be desired. It's a little bit yikesy. Speaking of yikesy, we don't actually have any air coverage here. Yeah, we straight up have 0 air coverage, so maybe we could rectify that. Let's place down a series of scatters. I appreciate now that what I said about not needing copper was a lie. Of course, we absolutely need copper. Scatters can fire scrap, lead, or metaglass. Metaglass is a frag, which is very cool. And we do have a lot of sand. Here, so I should probably start metaglass production as well. If we can find a good source of lead. Perhaps down here. This is a good source of lead. Let's go in on this. This seems very, very reasonable. I don't like how it's tucked away right in the corner, but it is a big source. And we need copper, of course, because why would we need anything else? There we go. Let's actually just take a microsecond to try and sort out our copper situation. Making absolutely certain not to path over a highly valuable resource such as coal. And how do we even... Sure, I guess we can just connect up to the main base over there. And let's put that in. Let's readjust that ever so slightly. Cool. Excellent. Okay, so a little bit of a backlog on getting the copper into the base, but that's fine. Next level, let's go. The thing about the difficulty curve in this game is that it's always easy right up until the second where it's absolutely not easy and you've just been surprised by a magnificent enemy force. And I'm kind of apprehensive that is going to be the same in the 6.0 update. Certainly that was what it was like before the 6.0 update. It was a fairly easy game until you got faced with 3 massively large super duper bosses that just absolutely pummel you. So there we go. I guess we've got that to look forward to, given that I consider it an inevitability at this point. What did I say I was working on? Oh yes, metaglass. Metaglass. Also the spore press as well. The pulverizer, nope, that's not required. The kiln. The kiln is what we are after. Let's throw down some more pneumatic drills. Sure. More pneumatic drills. And we'll get ready for the kiln. Wonderful. Wowzers. How is it that we still need this much copper? I don't even know. Okay, can we get any upgrades? Titanium conveyor. Yes, please. Let's do that. Payload conveyor moves large payloads, such as units from factories. Okay, we don't actually have any units from factories. Maybe that's an opportunity on this level. What do we got here? A laser drill? Oh, yes, please. We need a lot more titanium for all of these things, though, don't we? A coal centrifuge transforms oil into coal. Very cool. Blast compound from pyritites. I mean, we need titanium. We need titanium for everything. A thermal generator? Don't think that we're going to need a thermal generator yet. I will unlock it, though. I will unlock it. A titanium wall. I'll unlock a titanium wall because we've got the resources to do so at this moment in time. A door, a large titanium wall, a salvo. I mean, look, we need loads of titanium. We need loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of titanium, and we've hardly got any titanium at the moment. Why don't we do something about that? Why don't we do something about that? Let's find a large titanium source. Let's wipe down a whole bunch of pneumatic drills. And we'll go to town. We'll go to town on titanium. We'll go to town on titanium. There we go. Nice and planned out. Excellent. What else do we need? I don't think we need anything else to make this work. Alright. We'll do that. That's going to be absolutely categorically junctioned. Yep, 100%. So that we're able to get an exclusive titanium belt into the core. It's pretty important that that is the case. Let's stick down an overflow gate here. And in there. In fact, to be honest, titanium conveyors would be pretty exceptional at a time like this. Speaking of titanium conveyors, let's fix this horrific lighting situation, shall we? Yes, let's fix it. Oh, a core foundation. Oh, cool. All right. I didn't realize that we actually had to build it. I thought we'd just get access to it on the next level. Well, that's fine with me. Silicon, silicon, silicon. Silicon is the next resource that we need to get. Honestly, I haven't had to worry about silicon at all since... What is it? Coal and sand? I haven't had to worry about silicon at all since we brought so much of it with us. Yeah. Really rather nice, eh? Rather nice. So, silicon smelters can go over here. We'll get the old traditional potato system. I don't want to claim ownership for it, but it was kind of my design. It was kind of my design. Basically all me. Basically all me. Definitely not exaggerating. Definitely not exaggerating my my importance in what is a pretty basic concept in this game. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. Okay. Can I get... Sure. Alright. That's okay. And then let's do that in there, and then we'll see if we can try and get... We can just put some drills up here. Put some drills up here, and then literally send them in there like so. Wonderful. Silicon smelters need power, which is something that I consistently forget to consider. But at the end of the day, it doesn't actually matter. Okay, are we still winning? Are we still winning the fights? I don't know. I don't know. I'd love to find out. I'd love to find out. Are we still winning in the fight against the bad aliens? Or indeed, maybe they're not aliens. I don't know. Okay, this is a problem. This is a problem. Our base is in a pretty inaccessible location right now. We can get access to it with difficulty. Yeah. Yeah, okay, fine. So that should be silicon. That should be silicon. That's something. That's good. That's a step in the right direction. How do I get a volt? How do I get a volt? I would really, really, really dearly love a volt. Yeah, that would be pretty exceptional. I saw it here. What's that? A large battery? Amend projector? Oh, there's so much good stuff here. There's so much good stuff. A laser drill, a container. I need a container. I need a container. That's exactly what I need. I need a container, and we need titanium for the containers. Right, fine. Metaglass, 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 metaglass. Metaglass requires a kiln. The kiln requires power as well. There we go. Excellent. And we'll just take a straight up copy of this. And we'll stick it right over there. Excellent. Right, leads. Let's do... Let's do that into that over there. Wonderful. Hey ho. All right, that's it. That's it. That's all that we need. Ooh. I saw a little tutorialized message pop up over there. A little bit worried that was something that maybe I should have read. But no. Probably was fine, wasn't it? It was probably fine. All right, metaglass. Metaglass is up and running. Is there any way to connect? There's not much. Nope. There's not much of a route. There's not much of a route over here. Can we maybe belt up to the silicon line over here and then just upgrade the silicon line to not suck? Yeah, I think that's actually what we're gonna do. Okay, I hate this design. I hate this design, but I think it's necessary, honestly. Okay. Hold left control while dragging conveyors to automatically generate a path. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware, video game. I appreciate that. Okay. Maybe this is not as required as I thought. Yeah, so if we just upgrade this, perhaps we're not even going to need to increase the speed of the belt altogether too much. Okay. This is becoming rapidly ridiculously complex, but let's give this a shot, eh? Okay. So let's wait until the backlog of silicon sort of gets cleared, and then the backlog of copper as well. Because we do still need copper. We do still need copper. We do still need to continue to input resources at a significant pace. There we go. Get rid of that. All right, an upgrade to titanium belt would probably do us a lot of good. Probably do us a lot of good in the long term. Are we winning here? That's yikesy. That's really yikesy. What about some additional lancers over here just for added protection? I don't know about any flying enemies. Have we faced any flying enemies yet? I don't think we have, which is reassuring to say the least. So that's a step in the right direction, I suppose. More batteries. In fact, can we just get a large battery? Is that a thing that we can do right now? What does the large battery cost us? Large battery. We can get a large battery. Let's get a large battery. Okay, that's good. That's good. I think that this is a good strategy. You know, whenever we need something, we'll have a little look in the tech tree, see if we can get the more advanced version of it. Bada bim, bada boom. That should be grand. Okay, loads and loads of power. I mean, a much larger power capacity than I would really ever anticipate us needing, to be honest. Yeah, I think that we should be fine. I think we should be fine for a long time to come. This is going to get upgraded tremendously. There we go. I don't know why it replaces the junctions. It's very, very irritating that it decides to do that, but fine. Upgrade this. Upgrade this. Across here. Into here. Double junction this. And double junction this. So that we don't have any interference from the pneumatic drill. And that should be a pretty large amount of titanium that we're transporting here. There we go. Okay, just build quick. Doesn't necessarily need to be beautiful. Just needs to be built. That's the main thing. Alright. Loads of titanium, loads of metaglass. Loads of everything, actually. Loads of silicon. Not enough metaglass, though. Not enough metaglass. Not enough metaglass. Huh. Okay. Let's see if we can maybe do something about this. So ditch this infrastructure here. Speed this up. And across there. And plop that up there. Plop that over there. Wonderful. Right, it's a bit confusing. It's a bit confusing, but what I'm trying to do is add additional capacity, and I'm trying to squeeze 2 belts into this area because we certainly need it, right? We absolutely categorically certainly need it. So we bring this down here and throw that in there. Get rid of that, as that's not necessary at all anymore. Super quick to disassemble, and just like that, we've actually doubled the capacity. Doubled the capacity of belts that are coming into the core. Yeah, so that's very necessary, very nice, and should give us a functionally limitless amount of metaglass and silicon, which is very, very important. Now, returning to the combat for a little while. Oh boy. Okay, things are yikesy. Things are yikesy down here. Titanium walls? Heck yeah. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Okay, so if we upgrade all of these walls to titanium walls, then that might make a difference. We clearly have let our machines down over here. Our duo's down. That duo's never gonna fire. And so we'll build a little setup of routers and duos over here just to make sure that we've got some non-electronic backup. Just in case this wall does ever get breached. I don't think it really is likely to happen. Certainly, I think we'd have seen it by now properly if it was going to happen. But, you know, something that we gotta stay very, very aware to the possibility of. Metaglass, we can fire metaglass. Metaglass is sand and lead. We don't have any lead anywhere, so problem. But what about bringing metaglass up here? You know what? Let's do this. Let's investigate this prospect here. So titanium belt all the way. Right? So we're gonna split. We're gonna use a splitter. We can use fast belt. This needs to be... Why would you... Okay. I don't understand why... this would purposefully choose to put a router on the corner. I guess that sort of highlights the problems with the AI making, you know, decisions for you. Again, I don't want the junctions on the corner. So, let's fire metaglass from our anti-air turrets, which we're going to place down a couple of brand new ones over here. Doesn't super need to be fast belts, but I think it's better if it is. There we go. Plus, we got plenty of titanium. I mean, look at this obscene amount of titanium that we've got coming in. It's very, very good indeed. Okay, split the source, and then actually split the source again over here. There we go. There's almost certainly an easier way of doing this. I've probably made somewhat of a fool of myself, but that's okay. Do I have a distributor? I don't have a distributor yet. Now, a distributor is going to come in handy. I'll chat about it when we have it. Do we have it? Do we have it? Laser drill. Distributor. Capture extraction outpost. Do I not have a distributor? A container. I can get a container. I can almost get a container. I do have a distributor. I absolutely have a distributor. Okay, I'm just being an idiot apparently. Right, so what we can do with the distributor, plonk it down in the center, and then we do something like this. There we go. Surround it by five scatters, and that should absolutely suffice. Should absolutely suffice for anti-air infrastructure. Don't know how a bit of lead got onto this line, that does require investigating. Ah, I see what the problem is. So what we do in this case is we stick some junctions down here, and then we stick that over there, and we stick a junction over there, and that goes in there like so. And believe it or not, that will completely isolate both the lead and the metal glass in a way that we want to encourage. So, scatters. Brilliant. Five scatters. Excellent. And 5 scatters. Just like that. Is this a... This isn't even a big... This isn't even a big number. This isn't even a big number. We can deal with this. We can easily deal with this. Mend projectors. We'll get a few mend projectors to ensure that we are able to absolutely repair whatever we need to repair in a fast enough time. It's probably worth me getting some upgraded titanium walls here. Even though it is going to take a hot minute, as they say. Let's bring in the next wave. Let's bring in the next wave. That's how confident I am. Aha! Just in time. Just in time. I get my anti-air weaponry up and running. Wonderful. Excellent. It worked, and it worked a charm. As you can see, there was quite a lot of damage that was done to me there by the aircraft. So we gotta stay alert to the possibility that we're gonna be threatened by aircraft in the future. Okay, let's bring the next couple of levels on. Let's also see if we can go into the research tree, see if we can pick anything else up. A wave or maybe a salvo. I'll pick up the salvo if I can. I can only pick up the wave at the moment. And I can invest a little bit in the salvo. I just need more titanium. Fine. Right, so the wave... The wave will fire slag. The wave will fire slag. Do we have scrap on this level? Not actually convinced that we have scrap on this level. Because I think it's scrap that we melt down in the incinerator. Or the melter even. Yeah, it's scrap. Scrap that gives us slag. We do have it. We do have it. Do we want to give it a shot? I feel like we want to give it a shot, right? Sure. Although, can we fire oil? Can we fire oil from the from the wave here? We can fire oil. Tard. I mean, slag is the best. Slag is the best, I think, to fire. So we'll give that a shot. We'll give that a shot. This is exciting, isn't it? Okay, this is a brand new bit of tech for us. Okay, so take it all the way across. Take it all the way across the map. This map is very cumbersome. Very cumbersome to work with, in fact. Very cumbersome to work with. Do I worry about the look of the belt here? Not even slightly. You cannot even understand how little I care about the fact that there's a little loop in that belt over there. Like, that is... It's just so unbelievably not an issue that I just don't care. Right. Melter... Scrap. Melter, scrap, melter, scrap. Okay, so let's get, like, I don't know, 4 melters maybe? That's probably too many, but should be fine. 4 melters. These do need to be powered if I'm not mistaken, don't they? So we'll power them as well. Then we'll get some conduit. Now, the conduit is going to come up like this, and then we're going to see if we can try and place the waves down. What's the range? Not large. Not large at all. Alright, well, we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. Liquid router, liquid junction. Are we going to be able to route over... Are we going to be able to route over the bridge? No. We're not. However, we can if we grab ourselves... What's it called? Not a liquid tank. A liquid... There we go. A bridge conduit. We'll get a liquid tank as well. We'll get a payload conveyor. We'll get a payload router as well. I've never seen that before. And we'll also unlock a container. For good measure, eh? For good measure. Right, so... Am I able to route over this now? I kind of want that to be titanium belts. But what about this? Does this automatically route for us? It doesn't. It doesn't. Acts as a bridge for 2 crossing conduits. Do I need... I guess I need a bridge conduit to loop it over here then. I guess it doesn't automatically do it. Kinda sucks, but whatever. There we go. Excellent. Liquid router. Boom. It's a little bit of a jank route, but it works. Let's see if it actually, let's see if it does actually work. Have we got scrap coming along this belt now? Oh no, I missed, oh, goodness gracious me. Alright, well, I misplaced a very, very slight bit. Very, very slight bit of belt, and that is going to have a knock-on effect down the line. Which I'm not exactly thrilled about, but that's fine. Okay. This is looking okay. This is looking okay. This is looking okay. These scatters. They just don't want to. They don't want to. They're lazy. They're lazy scatters. That's for sure. That was a fairly significant amount of stuff that was destroyed there, actually. And the menders can do precious little about it. Is it time to get a bigger mender? A mend projector? A repair point. Continuously repairs the closest damage unit in the vicinity. No, I think a mend projector is absolutely adequate for what we need. A mend projector should just give us a much longer range mending capability. And it should allow us to repair the frontline menders as well, which is pretty good. Okay, let's call in the next wave. Let's call in the next wave. So we've got the Guardian in 10 waves, which is pretty exciting. Which is very, very exciting indeed. Let's also see if we can get a little bit of additional defense over here. I've got an idea here. Let's see if we can put the waves. Yeah, let's put the waves into play over here. Right? Waves. Thing is that I don't want to route the enemy, like, up here and around. I want to route them through here and then up, right? So that's what's kind of crucial. Liquid routers. Excellent. We'll throw down 1 additional liquid router. Excellent. 1 bridge conduit. 1 bridge conduit. Scrap is arriving. We should be able to make slag. And let's get that all built. Okay, this is going to be a milestone for us. There should be slag coming through this area over here. Very, very exciting. Should be plenty of slag to go around. And let's go to the next level. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. They actually got through. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? They actually legitimately got through. Okay, so big change of strategy here. We need more defenses. We need more defenses, and we need reliable defenses, which means that we need electrically powered defenses. I'm going to bolster the additional area, which I'm in the process of constructing up here, obviously. But I'm also going to bolster my existing defenses. Okay, let's get that all built. Wonderful. Come on. Let's call the next wave in. Alright, Guardians are coming. Guardians are coming. Mighty, mighty quickly. There we go. Excellent. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, well, I'm glad that I did my bit there. I'm glad that I did my bit. I'm surprised that I needed to do my bit. Are we running out of power here? Are we running out of juice? We are entirely out of juice. We are entirely out of juice, which means that we need way more steam generation, or indeed solar generation, or any type of generation, in fact. Anything would be marvelous at a time like this. Right, and then we need pumps, we need conduits. There we go. And we need routers all the way along here, liquid routers, which I think should operate just fine. Wonderful. Okay, so yeah, we're good. We're good in terms of power now. We're good in terms of power. We do need a lot of power, and this base is very, very reliant on power as a resource. Yeah, and that's us out of power, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so we are running out of power. We're running out of power. We're running out of power very, very rapidly. Very, very rapidly. Solar panels it is then, eh? Solar panels it is. If we need to go eco to save our backsides, then you best believe that I'm gonna do it. It's gonna require almost all of our silicon, but a small price to pay, frankly. There we go. Wow, we're not even power positive. We are not even power positive at a time like this. The only reason that we're looking a little bit power positive is because of these solar panels here. Guarantee that. Absolutely guarantee that. Yeah, there we go. That's looking much better. Much, 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 much better. Much better. At least in the short term, we should be able to accumulate. That's not even that much. It's not even that much. It's not even that much. And it is dark. It is very, very dark. We're in a dark place. We've got 6 levels left. 6 levels left. Are we going to be able to do it? I think so. I think so. It might be a little bit tight, though. Might be a little bit tight. Right. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. It's ugly, but it's going to be functional. A long-range coal supply route. There we go. So, this needs to go literally all the way down to where we are producing our power, which is just down here. The Guardian is approaching in 5 waves. Fine. There we go. In there. All right. Pretty confident that that should be enough. Wow. Thank goodness that we have these traditional traditional types of weapons, eh? That's kind of bonkers. That is kind of bonkers. Also, this setup is not good. We need a lot more. We need a lot more slag. I'm pretty sure that all this setup is doing is wasting power at this moment in time. So I'm gonna see if we can try and upgrade our slag delivery system. Maybe get rid of this horrible, disgusting loop over here. Go. There we go. Delete that junction as it is not required. And sure, bring it down this way. And then up there. Okay. And then just disregard this this old belt. Fine. All right. So that's going to be faster. That's going to be faster delivery of slag. Faster delivery of slag. Let's get this tidied up a little bit. Would value the opportunity to get a little bit more slag production. I'm going to go off the assumption that waves give us rather a large amount of benefit. Whether that is the case remains to be seen. We've not obviously derived much benefit from them at the moment. There we go. Excellent. Brilliant. Okay, so we get this area online. That's cool. And that should be more slag, which is great. Very, very nice indeed. Very, very nice indeed. Okay, so 4 melters is probably still overkill for the amount of slag that we have. But that's okay. What the heck is going on here? Oh, was our... Oh, I didn't realize that we had a leak. Aha, that might have caused some of the problem there, actually. Might have caused some of the problem. Okay, we're still storing power. We're still storing power. It looks like the additional coal that we're adding has made a big ol' difference. Let's delete this and then try again. Delete this and try again. I'm gonna go for a much simpler approach, where we literally do this, 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 and this. Right? So is that gonna give us enough water? I hope it does. That gives us enough water. That gives us enough water. That doesn't give us enough water. But it's just charging up. It's just charging up. We should be completely fine. Okay, so that gives us more power. Let's do this. Let's finish this off. Let's once and for all, let's end this. The slag is so good. The slag is so good. It's looking really, really spicy. I like it a lot, actually. Yeah, that's really great. That's really great. Okay, bring it on. Okay, we are throwing a lot of power at these enemy waves. However, looks like we're mostly remaining power neutral. It's very important. That's looking good. That's looking good. Aha! Looks like the waves can actually fire aerially as well, which is very, very nice. Okay, this is a guardian. This is a monster here. Oh my lordy, that's a big one. Oh, that is a big one. That is a big one. Okay, I'm destroyed. Okay. That's what you get for standing too close. Okay, the waves have got to be doing the work, right? Oh, look at that! The waves! Oh, the waves, the waves, the waves. One was destroyed, but we made it out alive. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a little bit of a longer one today. Thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Mindustry. My name, of course, has been Open Potato. We're going to be advancing to the next sector with a whole bunch of resources in the next episode. But for now, thank you very much to all the fantastic support over on the Patreon page, patreon.com/OpenPotato. Thanks to Banana, C-Senpai, and Aurelio for being the 3 $25+ tier patrons. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.